Hello, today I'm going to show you a few orchids that I have. So to begin, this is the oncidium type, which I think we looked at in an earlier video. Just as the flowers were opening, the flowers are now fully open, all of them. And this one has got a second spike here. This one I didn't think was going to bloom, but it is. It has got this spike, which again is not great. In fact, this is nothing to actually to how many flowers on a spike they can do. This one did 42 last year, and that's the highest number of flowers on a flower spike in an orchid that I have ever got. This this is, and it also has another spike. This oncidium has just finished blooming. I was most surprised to see this new growth because I thought, like other oncidiums, it would wait for some time before producing a new growth, but it has already produced a new growth, so it will produce roots. And I repotted it today morning because the pot broke. This is the Maxillaria tenuifolia, and it's growing roots like anything at the moment. See, you can see new roots here. There are some new roots there as well. It's maturing these two new growths at the moment, and this one is growing. This one has already matured and has got its next new growth. This one I don't know whether I can show you, but this one has a new growth. By the way, this is not called Alisara anymore. It's called Gombrasiltonia, because apparently the Alisara is Brassia crossed with Miltonia crossed with Oncidium, but the Oncidium parent in this one, Oncidium varicosum, is now called Gomisa varicosa. So, and so it got a more complicated name. Personally, I prefer the simpler name better. This is well, it said on the label Brassocatla rustic spots, but I don't think it's Brassocatla rustic spots. I think this is the exact, this and this are the exact same. But this one will flower soon. This new growth may flower, I don't know. I checked, it has something inside, but then I don't think this is a bifoliate, but then you never know. I saw one of these old canes had 2 leaves on, so I don't know. It could be a second leaf. It could be a flower spike, but most likely it will be a flower spike, because usually I don't know, these Cattleyas, they don't prefer to push out a sheath, or they will push out a sheath, but it will only be rudimentary like this one. In this case, I actually saw the 2 buds when the leaf opened. So let us see what happens with that. But I hope that will also bloom. This one will bloom soon, come into flower soon. This epidendrum's new growth is now growing well. It's growing some good roots. This Cattleya, it's now growing a lot of roots, and that eye there has started to move. So there's one new growth there. I took off a piece with 2 new growths. So the second one, I don't know, maybe, I don't think you can see, but there could be a moving, like growth eye down there. This Cattleya is not growing anything at all. This new growth I thought had started to grow, but turns out well, it hasn't moved much. These 2 orchids we looked at when I made the video on new orchids. This one will go over soon, but I think this one will go because the flower spike broke. This flower is also going, so most probably this one will go. This one has got this one, well, that when I took the video, this new growth was tiny, but now I can see it has grown some bit, so actually it's going to be a second new growth. This one's flower spike is still okay. This is Dendrobium Barana Jade. It is going now. Anyway, this Dendrobium, the Star Bright, that has also gone. There was something messed around with the pollen. I mean, the pollen was like dislodged, moved from the flower, and I've noticed that in some orchids, if you remove the pollen, the flower also dies off. This is Dendrobium thongchai gold, and it is growing a new growth.